One of the biggest problems I have with my clients is a lot of them suffer from back pain and really stiff backs. And there's usually two reasons that cause this. And the first is because we sit down all day, sitting down all day from throughout school, studying, university, and then in our jobs. So what happens is your psoas muscle on your back actually shortens over time because of sitting. Now what we need to do is we need to stretch out that muscle and mobilize it as much as possible. Otherwise we get what we call today a stiff back. And what happens is when people rush straight into training and they start deadlifting all this heavy weight and they start running and jumping and doing all these extreme things, going from 0 to 100, is that we start to stretch this muscle out way too fast and strain it and hurt our back, and then in time it can lead to even more dangerous things. So we need to make sure we mobilize that back as much as we can as we are increasing our strength and as we're getting stronger with our deadlifts and other things. And the second reason why we have back pain is because for us girls it's high heels. So I actually started wearing high heels when I was about 13 years old quite regularly, and because of that I now have a pelvic tilt. So I started to stick my butt out a lot naturally from a fairly young age because I thought it looked sexy and I thought it looked really good. And now because of that, as I started to increase my heavy lifting, I started to get a lot of lower back pain. So I got to really work on tilting that pelvis back in and engaging that core and stop relaxing. That is me in a natural position. I have a slight pelvic tilt. It's not super extreme, but it does cause me pain. So one of the big excuses when people tell me they have back pain, I say, what do you do about it? And they say, I stretch every once in a while. So instead of having all those excuses, I'm going to show you a quick routine that you can do at home. You can do it in the morning. If you're really up for it, do it in the workplace. Do it at the gym before you do anything. I recommend doing it daily, a couple times a day. If you're really into it, really mobilizing that back. Don't just do it when your back hurts, because if you just do it then your back's just always going to hurt and never going to get better. Even when your back gets better, still continue these exercises. So here we go. First one, just laying on the ground. Just let your knees fall side to side. Try and keep your back flat as you roll on your back 10 times each side. You can even do this one in bed if you suffer from a stiff back. Next we're going to do is glute bridges. You want to make sure you tuck the pelvis under and roll up vertebrae by vertebrae and roll back down vertebrae by vertebrae. Do this 10 to 20 times. 10 if you're in a rush, 20 if you want actual results. Next is the cat-cow stretch, or what I like to call sexy cat and angry cat. So you're going to do this 10 to 20 times. Again, 10 if you're in a rush. Really over-exaggerate every movement, pushing through the palm of your hands, bending your shoulders and squeezing your shoulders back and down, and pushing through your arms. Next I'm going to work on the rotation of the lower back. Hand on your head, reach the elbow under as far as you can, and open up your chest. 20 times each side. And last little mobility part, finding a wall or flat surface. Lean up against it, back completely flat. Walk your legs away from you. Bent knees all the way back and tilt to one side. You should feel a big stretch down the side of your back. Hold for about 20 seconds. Go to the other side. Do that twice on each side. Okay, after you've done those 5 mobility exercises, you're going to do a couple quick stretches. This should really take you 5 minutes. If you don't have time for the stretches, just do the mobility stuff and go about your day. But stretching is very important. First, hip flex stretch. Lunge position, pushing that hip forward, squeezing your glutes, making sure you're not arching your back. You should feel the stretch, front of your quad, and in your hip flexor. Make sure you hold and stretch for minimum 20 seconds up to 60 seconds. Next, you're going to do a hamstring stretch, straighten that leg out, and lean over. Stretching the back of the hamstring. And the last stretch we're going to do is our glutes. A couple different ways to do the glute stretches, depending on how flexible and mobile you are. Some people cannot do this stretch, laying on the ground, foot on your knee, grabbing through the knees, hugging your knee and relaxing and stretching your glute. If that's too much, or you're a little bit lazy to lay on the floor, sitting in this position, lift your butt off the ground, one foot on top of the other and sinking that hip to the ground. It's also a good butt stretch. Or you got your pigeon stretch. For the yogis out there, shin completely on the ground, walking that leg back, stretching your glute. Or if you're not a super mobile person and you're kind of lazy, use a wall. Sit close to the ground, legs firmly on the wall, one leg on top of your knee, and sinking your hip in. You should feel the stretch down the side and pushing that knee away. Those are just some really quick, easy ways to mobilize your back if you're suffering from back pain. But on top of that, if you are suffering from quite a bit of back pain and it's just stiffness and tightness, it is not a proper injury, then make sure you are foam rolling regularly your lower back, your quads, your glutes. Make sure you're getting the triggering ball, really getting into those hips and those glutes, and making sure you're staying nice and mobile. Remember that these are not quick fixes, and if you do feel like it's a quick fix and you're feeling good by the next day, or you're feeling good a couple months later and you don't have any pain again, don't stop doing the exercises. Make them part of your warm-up routine, make them part of your daily routine, and keep your back nice and mobile. Remember, your muscles do shorten. You want to make sure they stay nice and stretched and nice and mobile.